Howdy folks, Timber Drifter here. There's so much moisture in the air that smoke is just everywhere. Well, it's a few days before Christmas and it's raining, which is why I'm in my woodshed. I think I've made a video or two from here before. It's built out of scrap lumber and pallets, tarps. I made an improvement this year by when I replaced the tarps, I put in, where's my hand? There it is. Some fencing, metal fencing over the top of the boards and the tarps over the top of that. Holds the snow load better. So until I build a real woodshed, this one will keep working. But that's what I've been doing for the last couple hours before it started raining. I've got a couple of loads of wood up front by where I parked my car, tarped, split wood, and I've been sledding it back here. Although I think this rain will either wipe out a lot of the snow and make it difficult to sled, or make it treacherous to do so, because it's supposedly going to get quite cold tonight. Down to 5 degrees, I believe. I'm smoking a Dr. Grabo Viscount stamped 70. I don't know if that's the year or what 70 means. It's a state pipe that I picked up on the cheap. I like that finish. It's kind of like tree bark rustication. And the camera is not actually picking up the color that the pipe really is because of the bad lighting. And you're seeing snow reflected off of my glasses. Best I could do with the situation. I was just starting to get this pipe good and broken in a couple months back. I was smoking a lot of Haunted Bookshop mixed with Sir Walter Raleigh and Velvet, equal parts. Smoked quite a lot of that for several months. My Sea Smoke Pottery mug. Lovely mug. Love the detail. The shape, handle's very comfortable. Good 2-finger grip. Holds just the right amount of coffee. Sea Smoke Pipes and Pottery. Eric Weaver, he makes pipes too. Give him a look, check out his channel. Good dude. But anyway, smoking in this pipe, Edward G. Robinson's Pipe Blend, which was what I selected for my holiday season smoking this year. A subtle aromatic with a natural smooth burley nuttiness and flavored black Cavendish taste. Fruity plum notes are given a flavor push from a hint of Latakia. Yeah, about 5 pieces of Latakia in the whole tin, maybe. A touch of liquor makes for a very pleasing top note. A harmonious blend that burns cool and slowly for full enjoyment. I have to agree with that. I like this blend. I'm glad I bought it. Nice cut too. Chunky, irregular cut, some ribbon cut in there, some confetti cut, some big chunks that you could unfold, and it's probably a quarter of a leaf. I like that. And there's the old bulldog himself, the old gangster. I quite like this blend. Yeah, it's not something I'd smoke every day, but I like it. And it was the proper moisture for smoking right out of the tin. I found Setlift products, which I've mostly ordered bulk, by the way, are often so wet they need drying for a couple of weeks, if not a month, before they're, for my taste, smokable. This was perfect moisture right out of the tin. I don't get much Latake at all. Like I said, there's not much in there. Some people refer to it as an English aromatic. I disagree with that. I'm just going to call it an aromatic. In the vein of the American style flavored burleys. It's not heavily flavored, but it certainly doesn't taste like straight burley either. It's good. From reading reviews of it, I thought it would probably bite me, and it doesn't at all, which is a pleasant surprise. I'll buy it again. Nearly Christmas. New Year's follows directly after that. It's been a hell of a year. Strange year. Seems to me that a great change is on the horizon, and I don't like the looks of it. But I'm not going to get into that. Been enough politics, enough fear slinging this year. I don't expect 2021 to be any better, honestly. But then I'm always expecting things to go to shit, so perhaps I'm not the best source for encouragement. I'm always keeping an eye out on what might go wrong and what's going wrong. And in the meantime, as much as I can, enjoying the beauty of life. So there's got to be a balance there. And as rough as this year was for a lot of people, and it was rough for me financially for sure. I had a lot of great times this year. A lot of great times. I probably have enjoyed this year more than any of the last 5. And I know that's going to sound absolutely crazy to people, but I also don't identify with the culture that I hear on the radio and read in the news and see online, because I don't live in a city, and I don't require support from a bunch of other people because I'm in lockdown and I'm going crazy. That's just me. That's not been my experience. I think I've been more sane this year than I have in a long time also. So I'm not belittling folks that are going through that at all. That's just not been my experience. With all the shit going on, all the terrible stuff going on, I personally have had a fairly decent year, just not financially and not socially. Everything else was okay. So, but in the wider spectrum of things, been a lot of stuff going on, and there's going to be more. That's about as much as I'm going to get into it. You all know if you're paying attention, and if you aren't, you don't care anyway. No reason to talk about it. But I will say, There's been so much fear slinging this year that I think some folks, it's really gotten to them, and other folks, it's opened their eyes to the constant manipulation that we're subject to every day on our phones. There's been so much fear slinging going on that it's like the media is just crying wolf at this point in some ways. We're not scared anymore. We're not respecting it. Some ways that's a bad thing, in other ways it isn't. Balance, once again. There's that balance between being told how to behave and conforming to what has become social norms and thinking for yourself and doing your own research. There's a balance there. I hope that you folks are thinking for yourselves and not just blindly following what it appears that everyone else is doing, whatever side you're on. I hope you can step back and take a look at what's going on and go, I don't know about all this. I'm going to have to dig in, take a look. A lot of folks don't have time for that, and I respect that too. Got to keep on running, doing what you're doing, moving ahead. But I hope that you aren't blindly following the charismatic leaders into a utopian future. I'll leave it at that. Well, Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. This has been one for the record books. Let's all get together and do it again next year, huh? Get outside.